Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. This is the last day of the Thanksgiving weekend as I tape this, and been washing clothes, a lot of chores today. My wife is watching TV in the other living room down here, so I want to make another video, age gap related. It's not something I'm obsessed with, but I know a lot of viewers very much are interested in an age gap, just like I was. And so I make videos on that title once in a while. This is called, Why Does an Older Foreigner Think He Can Get a Younger Filipina? Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. I married a woman from the Philippines back in 2015 after a very short relationship, engaged on 18th day, married on day 54, rushed down to the Philippines, got married. We've been married 7.5 years now. And you know, it's always work. And I like to talk frankly and realistically in my videos about the work it takes to marry a Filipina. Now, a lot of guys in the West feel like they might as well give up finding a wife in the West. And they've probably heard that Asian women, Filipina women make good wives, and they certainly can. But for some reason, well, I shouldn't say some reason, because I mean, it's clear, you want a younger woman because, number one, you can. By younger, often people will tell me their age gap relationship is 20 to 30 years. I don't want to put any legalistic number on that. Ours is 27 years, although overall, the more same age you are, the better. So, but it is possible that you can find a younger wife, but you know, there's some things you have to be prepared for. So why does he think he can do it? Could be his ego. I mean, we all would like to think we still have something with the opposite sex. And when you know that you can, although you don't have to, marry a younger woman, you might think about doing it. And if you've known of other people that have, you figure, well, why not? Why not me? How hard can it be? Maybe it's not hard at all. But you can tell in a lot of the videos I've made on age gap relationships, there are, you know, some challenges to that. So in addition to ego, it could be that the foreigner is thinking to himself, well, a lot of these countries that go for age gap relationships, there's a lot of poverty, and she will be desperate, and maybe I can luck into a relationship. And yeah, money is a big part of it. I can't tell you that that's not true, but you still have to get along and treat each other a certain way. But he might think, well, if she's desperate, I can get my foot in the door. It will take more than that. So he's probably thinking I can be opportunistic because I can give her what she needs. Hopefully he can, monetarily, financially, because the Filipina is going to want that. So hopefully, you know, the foreigner is in a situation he can, you know, meet her needs, is willing to let her work in his country, teach her to drive, trust her with all that. Otherwise, you know, it's hard to live on one income in the West. And she's probably going to want to work, so I would certainly be open to letting her work. And she will want to help her family too. It's another given, you just have to accept. And maybe, speaking of finances, he's under the impression, well, she'll marry me because I'm wealthier, and she might. But you know what they consider wealthy over in the Philippines, you might not consider wealthy in the United States or wherever you are. So you always have to talk to the Filipina about money. And for example, you may have heard this, but this is the way it really is over here. Because the Filipina is never going to understand the dynamics of making money and expenses and taxes here in the West if she's not doing it, if she's not seeing it herself, seeing those taxes and other deductions come out of her paycheck, insurance, Social Security, health, AD&D, all these other things. And sometimes if she gets a bonus, 50% of that could get eaten up in taxes. So this is something she'll have to come to terms with. Then maybe she won't be quite so quick and willing to send a lot of money back home. Something to keep in mind. But even if you had the money, that doesn't mean that you're going to get along. It just is true. So please watch my videos, and I try to go deep into areas that I think men who are serious about a Filipina would want to know. How about, well, the foreigner could be misinformed. He could have bad sources. He could see a lot of videos on YouTube where they give you the impression the foreigner can get any Filipino he wants because he's got white skin, long nose, and he's from the West. It's not that easy. Now, maybe 15, 20 years ago, it was a lot easier. And that's changing, with more Koreans over there, with more younger men with the potential to work remotely. That kind of levels the playing field some for them and makes it a little bit harder for the Westerner. There's still an open door for people to go to the Philippines, and I'm very glad that so many people are telling me that they are doing that. But there are also people that were kind of shocked that they did not get the reception that they thought they would. And so it's not always an automatic that a younger Filipina is going to be interested in an older foreigner. Also, who knows, maybe the guy is very flattering about his own, sexual exploits. But I tell you what, when you marry a younger woman, you're marrying a younger woman. And it's always best if the older foreigner can keep up, please her. If he doesn't treat her right, he's not going to have to keep up with her, because a younger Filipina isn't just going to acquiesce to an older foreigner. He's going to have to talk to her right, treat her right, respect her family, not be controlling, allow her some independence. These are all things that help make him more attractive to her. So let me know what you think about this. Just some food for thought. Why does an older foreigner think he can get a younger Filipina? Well, he still can. There's still time for that. You can marry a younger Filipina. Just be sure that you treasure your love beyond the sea.